Alright, at this point, we're more than halfway there. So let's follow Daphne downstairs this time. Daphne wriggles loose from the grisly ghoul and runs down the stairwell. The passageway is very narrow, and she bumps her shoulders against the walls. The flashlight is jarred and almost falls out of her hands. Daphne reaches the bottom of the attic stairs and risks taking a glance back at the zombie. It lumbers down the steps in plodding pursuit. Its stiff legs force the creature to go down the stairs one by one. It's time I took the express, Daphne decides. She leaps up onto the stair rail leading down to the living room. Daphne slides down the railing like a surfer riding a wave. She speeds along the banister faster and faster. Suddenly, she sees the post at the end. Uh-oh, end of the line, Daphne gasps. Daphne reaches the end of the stair rail and dives off the banister. She sails over the post like a bird in flight. Using her gymnastic skills, Daphne tucks her body into a ball and somersaults into the air. Then she thrusts out her legs for a landing. Spring! Daphne hits the couch cushions and bounces back into the air. The sheet covering the couch flies up too. Daphne spreads out her arms and performs a perfect swan dive. Then she twists her body midair and lands on her feet. I knew I could stick the landing, Daphne says. The sheet gently flutters down and lands on top of her just as the zombie dumps into the room. It looks around for its prey, but Daphne is hidden under the sheet. Turn to page 42, it says. Follow the page. Daphne stands perfectly still as the zombie shuffles around the room. She can see it through the thin fabric. Daphne is surprised when she watches the ghoul take out a cell phone and speak into it. Since when does a zombie use a cell phone? Daphne wonders. Then she answers her own question. When it's a fake. Suddenly, Daphne is not so afraid as a big bad ghoul. She decides it is time to play a trick on a counterfeit creature. Whoa! Daphne moans and shakes the sheet covering her. It makes her sound like a bat flapping its wings. The zombie stops in its track. What was that? It stammers in fright. Whoa! Daphne moans again. You trespass in my domain. The zombie turns around and sees the pale shape of the shivering sheet in the dark room. Daphne turns on the flashlight and illuminates the cloth from underneath. She waves her arms and makes the fabric flap. Yeah! This place is haunted, the zombie screams. Its legs spin like a windmill as it tries to escape. Not so fast, Daphne declares as she trips at the ghoul with her purse. The creature crashes to the ground and a mask flies off its head. Just as I thought, you're not a zombie, you're a fake, Daphne says. What's all the commotion? Velma says as she runs up the stairs from the basement. I found David downstairs. What's going on here? Fred asks as he runs into the house from the barn. That's what I'm about to find out, Daphne says. She ties up the fake zombie with the sheet. You meddling kids, the man grumbles. I wanted to turn Bushy Tail Farm into a tourist attraction, but David wouldn't let me. Cousin James, David gasps. So in revenge, you scared people away with your zombie disguise to ruin the farm's reputation, Daphne concludes. And I would have gotten away with it too, the man mutters. Another case solved by Mystery Inc., Fred declares. As much as Daphne went downstairs this episode, we'll see if Velma runs upstairs. The frightful sight of a zombie in the wardrobe startles Velma as she drops the flashlight. She can hear it hit the ground, but she can't see it. Everything around her is as dark as midnight. Jinkies, this is as bad as losing my glasses, Velma moans as she gropes around the floor. Suddenly, she feels something cold and clammy grab her ankle. Yeah! Velma yells and twists out of the zombie's ghoulish grip. Desperately, Velma crawls toward a single spot of light. The basement door at the top of the stairs. As soon as her hands touch the wooden steps, Velma knows where she is. She climbs up the stairs on all fours like a monkey up a tree. Slam! Velma shuts the basement door behind her and leans her weight against it. Velma does not have time to catch her breath after her narrow escape. Wham! Wham! The basement door shudders behind her as the ghoul slams his fist against the wood. Why is there a zombie in the basement? Velma gasps. How did it get up the stairs so fast? Zombies are supposed to be slow. Velma decides to think about those questions later. She grabs a kitchen chair and wedges it under the doorknob. The chair under the door trick always works in the movies. I hope it works in real life, Velma says. But just in case it doesn't, I need a plan B. The mystery machine. It's starting up on... Oh, wait. Turn to page 78 to continue. So, sorry about that. Velma looks around the deserted farmhouse kitchen, looking for a way to defend herself against a zombie. Where's the frying pan or a rolling pin when I need one? Velma wonders aloud as she searches through the cabinets and drawers. Maybe it's time for plan B. Wham! Wham! The basement door shudders on its hinges as the creature tries to break it down. Smash! Suddenly the wood splinters. The cellar door bursts wide open. Instead of one zombie, now there are 4 gruesome ghouls. Get her, they shout. Velma is surrounded. The moldy monsters reach out to grab her. Jinkies, I better think of a plan B. Fast! Velma gulps. Velma backs into the pantry at the farmhouse kitchen. The shelves are full of canned food. I think this stuff is older than you guys, Velma chuckles as she tosses the cans at the zombies. Dump, thwack, bonk. Ow, ow, the zombies howl as they fall onto the kitchen floor. You're not zombies, you're fakes, Velma proclaims. I realized it when he chased me up the stairs. Real zombies don't run that fast. Real zombies? Where? The ghouls stammer as Velma stands over them. She puts her foot on the chest of one of them, leans over, and pulls off his mask. A human face is revealed. Who are you and what are you doing? Velma demands. Wait, let me solve the mystery. The solution to this mystery is simple, she says. You're all David's relatives that want something on Bushytail Farm. Close enough, the unmasked man reveals. We're his cousins, we teamed up to find a buried treasure. What buried treasure? Asks David Bush as he comes into the kitchen with the rest of the Mystery Inc. gang. There's a fortune in gold from a secret mine on the property. It's a family legend, one of the fake zombies says. That legend isn't real. I made it up for the Bushytail books, David declares. Another myth busted and another mystery solved, Velma concludes. And that's the very end, we see, of this video when, the entire portion here. Finally done with this collection. Let's see, and now, now we can, let's see, go back to, let's see, traditional, traditional one story at a time, let's see, book collections. For yours truly, Inkysora. That was quite a series of mysteries we done today. So many twists and turns. Wonder if we'll do something like this again, but with a different property. Anyways. Now, see you soon, and the end. For real this time.